Good evening once again to all you wonderful people on social media. This is your realtor and investor, Lester Witherspoon, coming to you once again on our program, Lester Real Estate Investment Program. Always glad to have you on this program. We thank you for taking time of your busy schedule to be a part of our program. Whether you're watching the live recording or whether you're watching the replay, we still thank you for taking time of your busy schedule. And we just want to inform you that if you know anyone who think about buying or selling, please inform them. Please share the link with them, and we'll be glad. Or instead just informing, we'll put a note at the bottom, and we'll definitely get to you. Also, we'd just like to remind you that we now have our YouTube channel, Lester Witherspoon Realtor. That's my YouTube channel. So you can go to YouTube. In the search bar, put there Lester Witherspoon Realtor, and you go to my YouTube channel, and you can watch as many clips as possible. I encourage you, I will appreciate it highly if you could subscribe to my channel and click the notification button so that you can get all the latest recordings that we'll be putting out there. Because every week we put out recordings, every week. So once you subscribe and click the notification button, definitely you'll get all of our recordings as the weeks go by. So I encourage you, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and collect as many clips as you like, because you have all the clips there. So please go over them, the one that you like, please click like on them, and we will also appreciate it highly, and share with anybody you know that thinking about buying or selling. All right. So, but today we're still on foreclosure and short sale. So today we have already told you about what this foreclosure is. We already told you what in our previous clips what a short sale is. Now today we're telling you the difference between a foreclosure and a short sale. Now looking at it at first glance, it looks similar. Foreclosure and short sale, it looks similar, but there is a major difference between the two. There's a difference between a foreclosure and a short sale, and that we're going to be talking on today. But before we go into what the differences are, we want to just first give you what is a foreclosure, what is a short sale. You need to know both of them. So a short sale occurs when a seller put a property on the market that is less than what he owes the lender. That means, because you see what was similar both of them, because a foreclosure and a short sale occur when you are having challenges in making your mortgage payment. Then you either run into foreclosure or short sale. So that's when they will occur. When you can't make your payment on time, you're going through some issues, you can't make a payment after a period, then you run either a foreclosure or a short sale. Now a short sale is when you talk with a bank and you put your house on the market for less than what you owe the bank. Then that will a short sale occur. Yeah. So with it was a short sale, the thing is that with a short sale, you as a seller, you have at least you play a major part in the process. You are involved in the process. But the only thing is that you don't make the final decision as to how much that house will be sold for. Because it's the bank, who is the third party, have to make that final approval, because they're the one that making final decision, because you are selling that property below what you owe them. So they got to determine how much loss they can take. You see, so they have to make the final decision. That's the only way. The short sale process is similar to the regular transaction, buying transaction. It's similar, where the seller will get with a realtor, put the house on the market, try to find a buyer, and the good thing is the seller can accept any offer they want to accept, but they cannot determine, whether that be the final price. They will accept it, but they got to send it to the bank for the bank to make that final decision as to whether they will move forward with that price or whether they can make adjustment into it or not. Now, so that's a short sale. For a foreclosure is, as I said, similar. You're having problem in making your monthly mortgage payment, and the bank, sometimes you go to 3 to 6 months, and now the bank comes after you to get the money. Now, what the bank will do normally after 3 to 6 months, the bank will send you in a foreclosure process. The bank will send you what you call a notice of default. The bank will send you that notice informing you that the house is going to foreclosure. That we call it notice of default. They're letting you know that this house is being placed on a foreclosure. Now, once you receive that notice, you are now in what you call a pre-foreclosure period. You are in a pre-foreclosure period, and which lasts sometime between 30 to 120 days. So now 1 month to maybe 6 months. You have that time to negotiate. You're using that time to negotiate with the bank to see whether you can make the payment or whether you want to go to a short sale. So you have that time period between that 30 to 120 days. Yeah. So for during the pre-foreclosure period, you either asking the bank, say, look, how can you modify your loan so you can be able to afford the monthly payment, or whether you can get the money for somewhere and bring your current payment up to date, or whether you cannot do it, you cannot make any payment, and whether you negotiate with them and say, look, I cannot afford it right now. I'm going through a lot of crisis, so I would like for you to put a house on up for a short sale. So, and the bank has to agree with it. Because once the bank refuses to go through whatever you discuss with them in that pre-foreclosure period, then after that period, they're going straight into foreclosure. Yeah. So that's how in a nutshell, that's how the short sale work, and that's how the foreclosure work. Now, there are three major differences between the short sale and the foreclosure. The first major difference between the short sale and the foreclosure is the timing. The timing. All right. Now, during the short sale and the foreclosure, there is a major difference in timing, because the short sale takes far longer time to close than a foreclosure. A foreclosure, the bank wants the money, they want to get it as quick as possible, and they want to speed up proceeding to get the money as soon as possible. So it takes a shorter time to close generally. It will take a shorter time for a foreclosure to close than what it will take for a short sale to close. Now, for a short sale, because they need several approvals, so it will take 6 to even 1 year, 12 months before you can finally close. So it takes a longer time. The timing for the closing of a foreclosure and a closing of a short sale is a vast difference. Generally, foreclosures close faster at a shorter time than what a short sale will close. Short sale normally takes something like 6 months up to instead of a year if we can close. So that's the major difference right there. Even though it's a short sale will have you, but it takes a longer time to close than what a foreclosure would take, generally. So that's the first difference between a short sale and a foreclosure process. The second difference between a short sale and a foreclosure process is the financial impact that it will have on the seller, the owner of the property. It has a huge financial impact. Both of them will affect the owner negatively. Both the short sale and the foreclosure will affect the owner. But the foreclosure will affect the owner to a larger extent than what the short sale will affect the owner. Because when you're doing a short sale prevents you from going into foreclosure. And when you do a short sale, sometimes your score will drop you by 150 points, whatever it is, but it will not have a major impact on you as what it would do if you go into foreclosure. And the major difference is that when you do a short sale, and once it goes through, you can still buy a home. Once everything's set up, you can still go and look for another home. Unlike a foreclosure, when you get in a foreclosure, you cannot buy a home maybe after 5 years. You cannot buy a home that will be after 5 years, and that thing will be on your record for 7 years. If you go into foreclosure, it will be on your record for 7 years. And you'll not be able to buy a home that will be up to 5 years. You can be eligible to buy a home. Unlike short sale, you can buy a home a couple of months right after the process is closed. So that way, it's always good to do a foreclosure when you're having problems, having challenges, where in making your payment. It's always good to negotiate either to modify your payment to see you can continue making that payment, or if you can't do it at all, negotiate to do a short sale rather than going into a foreclosure. Because going into a foreclosure, you will be tied up for at least 5 years before you can be able to buy another property. So I will encourage you always to try to negotiate with your lender or with your bank, whoever you got your loan from to buy that property, to make sure you can do a short sale to get it closed, then to go to a foreclosure to get it closed. So that's a huge difference right there between a short sale and a foreclosure. It's far better to do a foreclosure, even though it takes a longer time to close. Though it will take a longer time to go to closing, but it's better because you can buy another property in a shorter period of time than what you would do if you're in a foreclosure. So always negotiate to do a short sale rather than going into a foreclosure. That is my own suggestion to you. Yeah. The third major difference I'd like to share with you this evening is that the seller's involvement into the process. Now, as I told you earlier, if you are doing a short sale, as a seller, you are more involved in the process because you can get a realtor or agent to put a house on the market for whatever price you deem fit. But the only difference is that you cannot determine the sales price. You cannot determine, what the accepted price. Whatever you put on the market for that they offer you, you cannot say, okay, yes, I will accept this. You got to send it to the lender, whether that's the bank or whatever financial institution. They have to make that final decision. And they take forever. That will make it long because they got to ready negotiate to see whether they will accept it and what have you. And it takes a long time for them to make that final decision. Yeah. Unlike a foreclosure, most time the only thing you can do, because they come after you for a property by the time they come after you for a property, you can have no say in the property. You don't put it on the market. They coming after you. They send out they give you the notice that the property go into foreclosure. They go into the court and make sure that they're ordering auction on that property. And once that property is auctioned, you can be evicted from that property. You're getting out. You see? So with a foreclosure, you don't have any say. When that property get into foreclosure, you better start looking for a place to move and get it out. Because when that property go through eviction, foreclosed, once that property is foreclosed, you will be evicted. If you're not already out, you will be evicted from that property. So these are the key three things that I want to share with you today on this program as to the difference between a foreclosure and a short sale. So I urge you, if you're having problems, because everybody have ups and downs in life, and people, even though you start off everything fine, you can be able to qualify to buy a property, but things happen. Things happen as you move forward in the process. You could lose your job, you can have some major things happen to you, and you get to a place where you cannot afford to make your monthly payment on time or make your monthly payment regularly, and you have having challenges. But when you're having challenges, I will encourage you, when you're having challenges, to always reach out to the bank. Don't let them come after you. You go to them and try to negotiate with them. Don't let them come after you. Try to preempt them by going to them and negotiating with them to see whether you can modify your monthly payment, to see how big you can continue the payment, or whether you can credit money for somewhere to bring your payment up to date, or whether you can go into a short sale. And see how big you can negotiate that process. And do your best to avoid going into a foreclosure. Because going into foreclosure, you will be tied down for at least 5 years before you can think about buying another property. So this is my only pointer for you for this evening. I hope, I was able to at least educate you on something this evening as to how you can move forward, what to do, what not to do. And do everything to make sure you negotiate with the bank. And now let me let you know something too before I leave. One key thing. Why it is true that when you do a short sale, that you're selling the property below how much you owe the bank. And normally, once that property is sold, you are not obligated. You don't have any obligation to that property. But you gotta be careful and make sure you read that foreclosure document, that short sale document, very well. Because some bank will still come after you for the extra amount that you owe them. So if let's suppose you owe them $250 and you sell $250,000 and you sell the property for $200,000, that means you're still outstanding $50,000. Some, even though right now most governments are trying to protect the seller, the owner, but still some lenders will put it in there that they will come after you and go after you. But make sure you negotiate and you read that document carefully, that no phrase of that thing is in that foreclosure document that they will come after you for the remainder. So I encourage you, read all the fine prints. Read the fine prints good and make sure that you are well covered. Make sure that you have agreed to that when the property is closed and you are not obligated to any other thing. You are free and clear to go. And make sure all these things are clear, that you're on the same page. Because sometimes the fine prints, when we sign in, we don't read all of them. But when you're dealing with foreclosure, make sure you have negotiated all that and make sure that it's clear that when after it's sold, you are free and clear to go. So make sure you do that homework. So this is my only pointer for you this evening. Always glad to be with you. This is an educational program. We here to educate you about the real estate market, how the whole process works, the ins and outs, and make sure that at least you be well informed, so you can know how to move forward and make an informed decision. That's what the program is all about. And also, if you have any problem and you need a realtor to talk with, feel free. You can reach out or call me. You can call me or text me. My cell phone number is 302-310-0621. Again, my cell phone number is 302-310-0621. That's my cell phone number. Or you can also call me on my business direct phone number, which is 667-290-5051. Again, my business direct phone number is 667-290-5051. So you can either call me at a number or text me on my cell phone number, or you can put a comment in the box. And if you need any extra help, I'll be glad to meet with you. I'll be glad to talk with you to see how best we can work with you to make sure that everything goes well with you, and make sure that you get back on course, and make sure you can retain your property. If you want to sell it, you can make it. We can still work with you to make sure that all goes well. So feel free anytime to call or text me, or you put a comment. If you know somebody who going through these things and you want to put a comment below, I'll reach out to the person, or let them know they can call me, or I can reach out to them. So I'm here. I'm available at any time. I can make an adjustment in my schedule and meet with you or anybody you may know that are going through some challenges, and I'll be glad to meet with them. But until then, I'm glad to have you again, whether you're watching the live or watching the replay. I thank you for taking time of your busy schedule for viewing my program. And of course, I look forward to hearing from you if you have any problem, and I'll be glad to work with you or anybody you may know that are having issues. Again, this is your realtor and investor, Lester Witherspoon, saying bye for now, and I will definitely keep in touch. Of course, on a weekly basis, you will definitely hear from me some aspect of the real estate market, how to move forward so you can make sure you can make an informed decision. Take care, have a wonderful evening, and enjoy the rest of your week. I'll catch up with you next week. Take care, bye.